going to take a look at how to play T.Rex's Spaceball Ricochet from the Slider album of 1972. Now there's a number of things we can learn from this song. It's a very simple song, basic chords of G, C, D, G chord progression. First, fourth and fifth, G, A, B, C and D being the fourth and fifth. Yeah, there's so much we can learn from this because as simple as it is, it's very effective. First thing, even lyrically, the idea of Spaceball Ricochet comes from a little boy that Marc Bolan saw flying about, bouncing off the four walls, and asked him why he was doing it, and instead of saying baseball boots, he said, that's because I'm wearing my spaceball boots. So saying things the wrong way can inspire songs. It's also the fact that the little kid's imagination that he was in outer space, even though he was in the confines of his house, inspired this song, this idea of being using your imagination. What I like about that introduction, because there's a G chord being strummed, and I think it's the cello playing the bass line of while that G chord's being played. So it's the third fret of bottom A, second fret for the F sharp, the F on the first fret, and the E. Now the way I'm playing that is to hit the bass note, so I'm holding down a G, going to the second fret of bottom A, down to the first fret, E, again, that's the way I would approach it acoustically, because unless I had a cello player with us. But I have seen it, because it's written out as a G, you could play it like that, still using the B note on the A string. To me that kind of clashes a little bit, so that sounds nice to me, and I'm not hitting the A string when I'm doing it. I'm missing that A string out so it doesn't clash. It's another interesting way of how to make the G chord, a very simple G chord, sound more interesting, almost like that kind of Radiohead type of sound, a little bit otherworldly, by using the descending bass line. So you're not having to come up from a songwriter's point of view, you're not having to pull out hundreds of different types of weird and wonderful chords, just based on the G and altering that bass line. Very effective. Then we come to the first verse, and this is where the chord progression is just G, C, D, G, and what we're going to be playing for that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that repeats round and round for the entire song until we get right to the end where we hear that intro riff again. So another interesting point with this song is it sounds like a sad song. It sounds very reflective, very sad, melancholy, yet it's in a major key, G, using major chords, which is another, so it's like sad but with optimism in it, which is an important point from a songwriter's point of view as well, because normally if you're going to write a sad song you would start with a minor chord. I'm depressed because I've been listening to Radiohead all the time, type of sad, as opposed to the major, which is happy. That's one thing for ear training as well, being able to tell the difference between the major and minor chords. So anyway, first verse, telling me Robert Man. I'm just a man, I understand the wind and all the things that make the children cry. It's my last poem, I know I'm small but I enjoy living anyway. fairly simple and used. Now the chorus follows the same progression. What can I do? I live in a zoo. All I do is play the Spaceball Ricochet. Again, fairly simple. Try playing this one along with the song as well. Verse 2. Deep in my heart, there's a house that can hold just about all of you. I bought a car, it wasn't old but kind, it gave me my mind and it disappeared. I love a girl, she's a changeless angel, she's a city, it's a pity that unlike me, yeah. Incidentally, the car referred to in here, apparently, from what I've read, is a car that Marc Bolan bought from his friend Ringo Starr, Beatles drummer, and never actually collected it, and the car disappeared. I don't know what the truth in it is that, but it's an interesting point. The next chorus, again the same chord progression. How can I live when all I do is play the Spaceball Ricochet? Verse 3. I'm just a man, I understand the wind and all of the things that make the children cry. With my Les Paul, I know I'm small, but I enjoy living anyway. Deep in my heart, there's a house that can hold just about all of you. That's the last verse, almost changing around the lyrics of the previous verses as well, which is a nice touch, so it's like referring back on the song itself, which from a songwriter's point of view is a good idea. I like how he mentions his Les Paul as well, and knowing that he's very small but he enjoys living anyway. And the very final chorus differs ever so slightly. So we've got the same chord progression. You can see the lyrics on the screen. How can I live when all I do is play the Spaceball Ricochet? Oh baby, the Spaceball Ricochet. Oh mama, the Spaceball Ricochet. So then we go to the end there. So same chord progression. How can I live when all I do is play the Spaceball Ricochet? Moving to it, oh baby, the Spaceball Ricochet. Back to it, oh mama, the Spaceball. And we have that same intro progression. I accidentally hit the open ear there, which you can hear clashes. So that is another interesting point of when that's being played. Marc Bolan kind of improvises, singing like the previous chorus to the same melody while the guitar is playing something different, which makes for an interesting sound. I can't remember the technical name for it when there's almost like two melodies going on at the same time. And it's quite a bit of an art to be able to do that, sing something completely different that's off while the guitar's playing something else, yet both match, and that's quite an art form. So I think it really shows like Marc Bolan, people bandy the word genius about, but you can see from the simplicity of the song, yeah, it manages to make it very, very interesting. Yeah. So I'll play that last chorus again because I think I messed up before. How can I live when all I do is play the Spaceball Ricochet? Oh baby, the Spaceball Ricochet. Oh mama, the Spaceball Ricochet. So as always, thank you for watching, and I hope that helps you be able to play Spaceball Ricochet by T.Rex.